unharbored bike lanes appear to be finally open and rideable all the way from Ossington east to Queen's Park Crescent. This has been a long-term project to improve these lanes. They used to just be painted lanes. I believe there have been some temporary barriers put in over time, but they've repaved, redone the whole street, added some permanent curbs. So here we have some poured-in-place curbs with the channels cut in for drainage or for people to get in and out. It's like areas like this where there's parking next to the lane, they've kept it at level grade, so no curbs. Apparently that was an accessibility concern. I believe there are supposed to be some bollards in place along those lanes, but not quite there yet, so we're 95% of the way there, maybe more. So for the most part, these lanes are at street level, so they're not at sidewalk grade. So here you can see they put in one of the sidewalk level platforms here. This should be shared between bikes and TTC passengers, I believe. It also means that buses then don't have to pull into the bike lane to pick up their passengers. They can stay on the street to the left of the platform. And we'll have to see how drainage does. They do have a lot of cut-throughs on the left side of the curb, so hopefully that will help, not turning it into ice rinks in the winter. I'll show you a little more clearly the sort of narrowness of the sidewalk in these areas where they put these tactile strips. So crossing Bathurst, is this section of the lanes that took a really long time to finish. They seem to be working on these ones for at least a good year and a half or more. And, you can see there's a lot more complexity. They put in these planters with curbs around them. Hopefully they're going to grow into some nice bushes or hedges at some point. I'm not sure what these are. Interesting looking plants. Some bike turn boxes here at the intersection. This is Brunswick. It connects to a north-south bike lane. More concrete dividers up here. In the past, this would have just been done with paint. And it seems to be the new way forward is to try to put in more physical concrete barriers. Yeah, you know, we're just east of Spadina, and the lane continues here with more curb separation. They've put in a long planter here. One of the key things here is that there is no cut-throughs, so both for drainage and for cyclists who might want to scoot in or out of the lane, you can't do that until you get closer up to Huron here. So just approaching St. George. After St. George, the street changes name, so this is the Hoskins bike lane. You can see here all the parking without curb, any protection, no curb protection here, just the bollard sticks. And they don't seem to be that consistent. I don't know whether they're going to be putting those in all along here. It's a little bit confusing. And we have arrived at Queen's Park Crescent, so that is the end of this redone bike lane.
3 hours later.
We're headed westbound now. Back on Hoskins. So you can see here it's pretty tough to pass someone in the lane, so you gotta take advantage of hopping into the street if you need to. So just crossing Spadina here. West of Spadina, you get a little bit of bump outs in the lane. Not quite sure why they chose to do that there. I really wonder what the main purpose is of all the cutouts. If it was useful for drainage, I'm guessing it has more to do with allowing people to cross at different points, for maybe more for accessibility. There's a little bit of a drainage issue there. And like I said, they did have some more temporary barriers that they'd put in place. I'd say it's fairly similar. It's kind of hard to remember because it was under construction for so long, and I don't ride down this way as much as I once did. but it's definitely nice to have it refinished, resurfaced. With all the protection in place, there's just way less of a chance of cars accidentally, quote unquote, parking in the lane. Like on you know, major bike lane streets like Bloor, despite the fact that it's illegal, people do it all the time if they can. And so these kind of physical barriers make it hard enough. Most people don't. A little narrower here after Clinton. Guys, getting the last few in?
Yeah, trying.
Awesome, keep it up. Take care, guys.